In today's tutorial, we are going to be seeing some laws of indices, which is going to give us the power to solve almost every problems in mathematics when it concerns indices. So I'll specify some of the rules or laws, and we are going to use some of these to try to solve some mathematical issues or problems to see how we can use this in similar cases and come out with better result. So without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first rule or law that stated that when there are two expressions of same base, as an example, let's assume A as the base and multiply by the same A having power like 2 and 3, then it states that for us to have the final result, is going to be the base, since both bases are similar, is going to be the base and adding the power 2 plus 3, which is the same as A5 in this case. This is one of the rules. The next rule states that when two similar bases are being divided having power, then of course we can just have the final result by the subtraction of the power. As an example, if we assume a to the power 3 divided by a to the power 2, then the final result here is going to be a to the power 3 minus 2, which is the same as a to the power 1. And also note that a to the power 1 here means that it is just the same as a. Okay, let's move to the next, which is the rule when a single base is having a negative sign. As an example, let's assume this to the power minus 1. To express this, it is simply the same as 1 over a without a minus sign. It is the same like this. Next rule, if we have, example, a given base as a single base having a power which is a fractional power, example, let's assume a to the power 3 over 4. That is a fractional power. In this case, of course, it is similar to a root of 4 multiply by this upper part, which is 3. That is the rule of that case. And now we move to the next, where if we have a base, which of course, or two fractional numbers having a power as negative sign, then of course we are going to have the final result just by inverting that particular expression. Let's give an example here. Let's assume the case 1, 2, 5, and we try to divide this by 27 as an example, where the power here is a negative sign like minus 2 over 3. In this case, we are going to change the power to a positive sign, and when we do that, then of course we are going to make sure that we invert the particular fraction. In this case, 27 here is going to go up, 125 is going to come down, then the power is going to be positive. This is similar or the same as 27 over 125, then power positive as 2 over 3 without the negative sign. That is the next case. Now, of course, we should also note that there is a rule that states that when a given base is having a power as 0, then it is same as 1. Example, if A is to the power 0, then of course this is the same as 1. Now let's see how we can use these rules in some given expression to come out with some of the results as answer. Assuming this expression where we are being asked to simplify, let's assume the first here as half, or let's just assume that we have this expression. Let's assume half to the power, let's take -2. Half to the power -2. What is going to be the result of this? Of course, we are going to use the inversion technique where we apply it here, in this case where we invert it and change the sign to positive. So what we are going to have here is going to be the same as we are going to bring 2 upward and 1 downward, then the sign is going to be plus without the negative. So it is 2/1 square, and 2/1 is still 2, and 2 square is 4. So the result is 4. That is one of the example case here. Let's look at second example expression in daily exercise. Now let's assume the expression 27 1/3. That is 27 1/3. Let's assume this. 27 to the power, let's assume -1/3 as the power. Now, of course, the power minus 1/3, we are going to use this rule here, where the power is fraction. In this case, it's going to be the same as the root of 27. Then, of course, 3, that is cube root, as you can see here. But now, putting this, you're going to note that since it is a negative sign, we are going to use 2 rules here. This is a single base with this negative sign fraction, which is the same like this, and of course, as 1. But you should also note that when you have cases like this, to express this, you first of all need to change the negative sign to a fractional, that is the negative sign to positive sign, which in this case, we need to make sure that we can say that it is the same as 27 or just 1. As you can see here, this is similar, like 1/27 1/3. That is, the negative sign has been removed. Remember this formula here, which of course it states that, as you can see here, when the power is negative, then it is 1 over that base. It is what I want us to apply here. When the power is negative, try to invert it 1/it so that it becomes positive. Now in this case, we need to insert this here. Let's assume that we want to express this. It is going to be the same as 1/27, which now this rule of the cube root, as you can see here, it is going to be cube root and 1. So you're going to see the cube root of 27, that is what number would be cube to give you 27 as a cube root. It is going to be 3, because 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27. So all of these here, the expression will be 3 here in this area. So it is the same as 1/3. So this is the right answer. So we have expressed 2 things here. Since we have it here, the power is negative. We should first of all try to invert it, to change it to positive using this rule. Here, 1/everything. This is the 1/it here. Now we look at the next rule to express here where the power is fraction, as you can see here by using this sign of the root, and this is it here. This area gives us 3, and we have 1/3. So that is the next. Let's try another result. Let's try another case. So the next case here, as an example, will be 16 divided by 49. As you can see, to the power half. This is a fraction. And of course, we can take, as we already know, this particular technique here. Since the power is fraction, then it is going to be the same as the root. As you can see here, the root of the fraction itself, 16/19. That is over 49. To this square root times 1. So of course, this is going to be the same as the square root of this 16 square will be 4 divided by square root of 49 is 7. So the result is 4/7, which is correct. Okay, so that's the next here. And we are going to see other similar example expressions in the next upload, which we'll be sharing with you. So I believe that with these rules of indices or laws of indices, you can apply it in some of your exercises to come out with better results. So see you again in the next upload, and bye-bye for now.